Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another DMing Hadley game. Tonight, we're playing the OG Mercenary Guild. And in the world of Tierra, it's good that I guess somebody's trying to do something good in the face of all of this madness, because this is a fantasy game where people actually do something in the face of madness. Evening, guys. Great to see you. Tonight is let's see here. It's season 6, episode 8, and I have titled this episode "Home Alone?" Question mark. And we will begin with Bios piloting the airship of the Mercenary Guild down towards. Now, I gotta look up the name of this place again. I feel like it was Hell's Keep or something along those lines. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Is this the one? Are you the one? Be the one. You are the one. That's what I like to see. Oop, oop, nope. Hellgate Keep. Hellgate Keep. As the two of you stand on the bow of this ship, there's all sorts of goodies lashed to the top of the ship itself. All sorts of traps that you could lay. There's bundles of rope. There's grappling hooks. There's all sorts of bits of wood and different sort of triggering mechanisms. You look like you could build one or two good ballistas if you were really trying. Although I don't know that that technically counts as a trap, it is certainly something that could be crafted while you're here. As you descend, Hellgate Keep, there's a huge forest beneath you. And as it rises up to this precipice, this pinnacle, one side of which shears off downward into the split in the rivers. And across from it, you can see the Nether Mountains to the north. And as you move closer, you can see there's almost a line of demarcation between the forest and what looks like a fire that has burned this whole end of the peninsula and cleared a path of stumps, burned stumps, and a blackened gravel road that winds its way up to the outer gates. And outside, you see a ruined fence of stone and iron. And there's a sign over it that says, "Welcome to Hell." And as you look, the H creaks in the wind and then falls and swings at squeaking all the way. As Bios turns the ship sideways and sets it down right outside of the Hellgate Keep. As you look at it, it is ruins. It looks like something might have exploded inside of it. A couple of the turrets you can see where they used to be have been just blown away. There's stones that come all the way out to the edge of the fence. In fact, the fence itself is clearly dented from where a rock thunked into two of the iron bars and then tumbled and rested just inside of those gates. It looks like the windows, the stone itself is all blackened to some degree, but the windows look like flames licked up and out of the turrets and the main structure. And then there's a larger turret sort of in the middle here, giving it a fanged jaw like appearance as you look up at this looming tower. And Bios says, "Okay, guys, let's get to work. There's no telling who might be coming here for dragon eggs." And she reaches down and just lifts a whole bundle of wood over the edge, and lashed together, it rolls off and clatters, banging up against the gate and sending it creaking inward. And she says, "All right, what's first?" And I would love to know what sorts of traps you would like to create. We're going to sort of montage this as you're here at the first light of day, and Bios is going to help you get this done. She's a pretty competent artificer, so she can assist you. She's also got some magical prowess under her leather and brass belt. And so she could potentially imbue some charms or spells into things if y'all are hot
Ooh.
for it. So yeah, you can get a little creative here. And she points. She says, "Well, that huge missing wing is a real easy point of ingress. Then there's the main doors, and then there's the turrets in case someone were to come down from above." And she says, "I don't think anybody would climb up the other side of this thing. Seems a waste of energy, but you could set something up on the far wall as well."
Alrighty then. Well, working backwards, as it were, I guess our bait is the dragon eggs.
Mhm.
So, obviously, we can't remove those. We've just got to assume that they will notice. They've probably got some sort of way of magically detecting them. So, if we take them away, they won't bother to come. So, I have to leave them on spot. So, that's probably got to be our last line of defense, or possibly our ideal kill zone. But we don't really have our usual advantage of numbers here. So a big face-to-face biff probably isn't our best bet.
Yeah, that's why
If
we're
it-
making That's why we're making traps.
yeah, so we want people alive because you've got to question them. So we
Oh,
want
and you see Bios
isn't that the
reach up
plan?
and open a little door on her neck. You see her turn a dial down from kill, and she closes it. And then you see her eyes sort of like, and she goes, "Oh, okay. Not
Okay.
we're not gonna kill him. Oh, okay.
Well,
Settings
at,
updated."
at least one prisoner, preferably the smart one. But I mean, it's always hard to tell that
She
in a
reaches up
pinch.
real slow and she clicks the thing on her neck. She turns it up just shy of kill, and then
So we
she
need to.
Maybe.
clicks it
So we need
closed
to.
again.
Do we need to have one trap where we hand out tests? I mean, standardized tests. Or it should be the first
That
trap then.
sounds like torture, and we're not
Okay.
above that.
hmm
Okay,
Yeah,
but,
I just want to point out. I brought one of my really big drums.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a hunch. I might use
Everybody,
it
listen.
for something.
It's everything. There's a kitchen sink strapped to the top of this
Yeah.
ship.
hmm
We don't know. You might want to throw the kitchen sink at him.
Yeah. And then I go over to Wayne and I go like, Wayne, uh, if I within the next few hours, if I say something that might sound smart, actually, I'm out of my loop here, but I've been in rooms where strategy was discussed a lot, so I picked up lots of things. It
brilliant.
might be a jumble if I go on for longer than 30 seconds, but so I don't know if we have to defend against trebuchets or if trebuchets are something that might help us, because actually I've never talked to a trebuchet in my life.
Trebuchet.
Um,
Oh, trebuchet. You're saying
that's
trebuchet.
it's trebuchet.
Trebuchet.
You see,
Oh, la di da, la di da, Mr. French robot.
mhm.
I mean, I mean, I can make those.
Oh,
Okay.
there are things.
They are things.
Oh, okay. I always thought they were like uninvited guests.
Technically,
Yeah. No, you're on the right
Hmm.
track though.
correct.
You're very close.
Yeah. No, I think I'm better. I'm better with traps that like maim and impale and these sorts of
Mhm.
things. Actually, I like a good impaling trap, and I go around and is there a
There's
breach in the
all
wall?
sorts. The fence. There's the gates. The front gates
Hmm.
are actually one of them is all the way open. The other one sort of hung up on the rock that was thrown into it and bent those bars. So you can actually just walk in the front gates. They're only about
Yeah.
30-40 feet from the ship. And then to the left or the north side of the structure, you can see that the fence farther to the north, it has the whole gate got blown out, as did
Hmm.
some of the stone pillars that supported those iron
Yeah.
gates.
So Wayne, because the entry through the broken gate is so bloody obvious. What do you think if we make a bloody obvious trap here? So just to funnel them into a more defensible position. So
Sure.
if
That's
if
what I
if,
was.
if
That's what I was thinking. We need to think
Mhm.
about what's our end goal and things like that. We want someone's alive, preferably someone who knows what the hell's going on. We don't need all of them alive necessarily. Um, and ideally, we need to split them up a bit, or at least let them leave people behind. So I like the idea of big, obviously deadly, don't fuck with it traps in nice, obvious places, just so we can herd them. Okay.
Mhm.
And putting time pressure on is good. Time pressure. See, um,
You mean like
someone
we?
someone last week mentioned they love rolling boulder traps, and I love rolling boulder traps because when someone's running away from a rolling boulder, they're not thinking very much about where they're going or what's going on. But yes, a big, scary, obvious "do not enter." That would be a good way to.
Mhm.
That could be a good way to keep people out. I also like the obvious trap that is just the bait for the less obvious trap. Like, could we put something like just
Mhm.
spitballing here, something like, oh, looks like there's a bunch of bear traps in the middle of the thing. As we get in close, we can get past those. The wall drops on them.
You hear Bio say,
Slapstick, but
"Did you say bear traps?" And she holds up four big bear traps on
I
chains,
knew you would.
and then holds up four big like railroad spikes, and very enthusiastic.
Yeah, so
Bear traps. Bear traps. Um, People use these things because they hunt other things for their fur, right? It gives me the creeps, but
Yeah, I can't
you
imagine
know,
somebody peeling all the metal off the outside of me.
also the meat and the claws and the bones,
well,
and
there's
you can get a good
No,
price for livers.
yeah,
I don't have those.
yeah. No, but bear traps is good. And you think if we just like have a narrow, I mean, we narrow the approach and then we use a boulder just to greet them. I mean, is there something like a
I would,
boulder, something that
I
would
would.
roll on its own, or is it
Uh,
just like rectangular
well,
stones and?
There's a lot of stones about hug sized.
Hmm.
They would kill Curtis if he tried to pick them up. But the two of you together could potentially roll them.
mhm. And when it comes to making rolling corridors and things like that, the move Earth cantrip is our friend. We can mess with that just to change elevation of corridors, things like that.
Hmm.
And it's good for moving broken Earth. So if I assume we've got a pickaxe. If we've got a pickaxe, we can break the Earth, and then I can get it to make a ramp. Take a bit of sweat, bit of time, but we can definitely make ramps. And I can definitely sap underneath walls and gates so that they're ready to collapse. I do like dropping a building on people.
There's a lot of building to drop, and she looks up, and you guys
Mm.
see just how much building there is to drop.
So yeah, give them something they think they can disarm under the main entrance, and then work out a way that we can, if they're down there actually trying to disarm it, we can drop a building on them. Technically non-lethal, as I'm pretty sure if they're able to hunt dragon eggs, they can probably work out how to survive that. but it'll ruin their day a bit.
You know, I just thought about everything they taught me at college about magic, and the only spell that I have that it's even more than useless because I can grow plants, but we want to remove plants,
Ooh.
right?
No.
Do we want to grow plants?
Why wouldn't we? Plants growing is a fantastic way to fill in
Oh,
gaps in walls.
okay. You mean like brambles?
Yeah, that
And
could. Spiky plants are even better.
mhm.
It's also a way of perhaps giving us ways to move about. I mean, let's face it, you are small and sleek. You are stealthy. You are nimble. I
Thank
think the
you.
two of us are not going to have much trouble doing a two-person guerrilla war, getting around. So if we have to activate things by manually pushing them, I think we're the two people very well equipped to do that. So yeah, vines and oh, sorry, Bias. You were saying?
Bios comes. You hear clunk, clank, clank, and you do see some dirt fall off of her hands as she clanks them together. And she says, "Okay, step one done." And as you look, you have no idea how she did this so quickly. But you see a wall of spikes just inside that big blasted fence area. There's two layers of like barricaded spiky wood frames, behind which there's four bear traps chained to the ground by those spikes. And she says, "What's next?"
All right, that's our main entrance. Let's see.
Do you want to bring them through the front gate?
I like to know where they are. I would like them to. Oh, hello, kitty cat. There's a kitty cat.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
kitty.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could. If I like the idea of them going exactly where we want them to go, and I like the idea of punishing them if they try and not do that.
Do you want me to leave some can? She holds up some like wrapped candies. Do you want me to leave some candy out for them to come down the path that you want them to?
No, but that is a good idea.
I'm just saying. She unwraps one and puts a little strawberry cream Werther's in her mouth.
I did not know you ate candy, Bios. There you go.
It's not like I don't digest it. I just sort of examine the chemical compounds. And I guess to some degree, I must enjoy it because I keep wanting to do it.
So you have like a pound of old candy stored away somewhere inside of you?
It's probably more like two. She hits a panel on her abdomen, and she's got every grandma candy you can think of. She's got a small box of ribbon candy. She's got the little strawberries, the foil ones, in a cut crystal dish, as if you'd gone to your grandma's house to get it. She's got a little clay porcelain jar. Inside of it are the little raspberry, blackberry looking candies. Then she's got like just package after package of Werther's in the regular caramel and in the strawberries and cream.
But so we have a huge lump of extremely sticky mass. I mean that
Well,
that
let's not. She starts tucking it back inside of her. Let's not waste it.
No, but it could come in handy at
Oh,
some point.
I was thinking
the ribbon candies. It's horrible. That's horrible.
I was thinking that, in fact, rather than luring people, that actually might work as a fairly decent deterrent. If you are a bunch of bold dragon egg stealing mercenaries and you are fairly savvy and you know this place has been trapped to bejesus and back, and you walk into a room which is empty apart from a tiny dish of candy,
or a
will
piñata.
Will you go into that room for the love of God or money?
Yeah,
if you don't have to.
Of course I will. There's candy in it.
Or a piñata, you know? I mean, people cannot resist a piñata. I mean, they just start.
I can't. You see Bios's eyes just get bigger. I can't resist piñata.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Is there this main turret in the middle? How do you access it?
Well, I
Hmm.
guess you'd probably go inside through.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The way you look at the structure, there would be two turrets up front.
Mm-hmm.
And then the building sort of goes out from there. This whole section over here has clearly been blown away. The turret in front of you, the smaller one, looks to be like a wing that goes back to a larger structure. You just go right in the main door.
Mm-hmm.
She says, well, just through whatever the receiving room is there, and then probably you can go up into the tower from there.
Yeah, because Wayne, I'm thinking about giving us like a point of last defense. Something that can only be read. I mean, I could have some vines like grow and build a bridge. And if we have a room in one of these turrets that can only be reached through that bridge, because we
Brilliant.
I don't know,
Love it. Love
blast
it.
away the staircase, and then I mean, in the extreme case, we just can burn the bridge because it's just made up of vines, and then we can defend this last position. I mean, I have my bow, you have some magic.
Love it. Love it.
The
Is
thing is, I can do the plant thing like 3 times, and then I
all
I
right.
need a good night's sleep.
Do we have a good night's sleep
Planned?
Oh,
ahead of us? Ahead of us?
I could
How
sleep
much
right.
time do we have to play with?
You that's sort of up in the air. You're
Around it.
not quite sure when someone might come around. Which it could be today, it could be tomorrow. You guys could be holed up here for a while
Right.
waiting.
So we prioritize, but yeah, I like the idea of using plants to make a vine bridge that only we can access and in a pinch can cut off. I thought those two turrets were at the front of the gate, so I'm guessing the
So there's
dragon eggs would be
two.
close to the inside.
Yeah, you guys don't know where the dragon eggs are here yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We
So
probably want to make that out of. I mean, we can move that. I dare say
and
we
Bio
can
says
move
that.
that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if the dragon egg would be in the top tower or I mean, it could be in the throne room. It could be in a locked box in the pantry for all we know.
Shall we find them, and then we kind of know where we need to defend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to start laying traps on the way in, or do you want to wait until we found them and then lay traps?
Well, my idea is that in the tower where the eggs are right now, we just remove the staircase and the ground floor and then the first floor. That's what I like to call give it the Soviet treatment.
Just
Because
tear the bottom
look,
out.
no, it's just because I mean, I heard that there was a society where they started the staircases only in the third floor because the maps were full. It's actually true. I've seen these buildings.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
it's one of the reasons why the Russian army isn't working the way Putin thinks it should be working.
Oh well, good for that.
They follow.
Story.
Yeah,
Right.
they follow the written word. I mean, as it is written, and if someone forgets a sentence,
I did what it said on the thing.
yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, if we have a good idea as we go in, let's set it up. So, yeah, if we set up that now and all the rest of it as we go in, I wonder if I can. I think I can do a little thingy. What's it to help us? Yeah. How does this work?
While he is thinking, I'm going to search the first of these towers.
Okay, it's very exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you too.
We'll
All right.
see.
If I can use the locate object spell,
Okay.
I haven't seen these particular dragon eggs before,
No.
but in the class of objects classified as dragon eggs, I'm sure there aren't too many around here within range. I'm probably going to get the right. There's probably only one clutch of dragon eggs within the 1,000 feet range of that. Hopefully, that should enable us to hone in on them.
Yeah.
Okay,
So locate object, you say?
locate object.
Great. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Rolling away. Doop-a-doo. Hey, that is a 21.
Down.
Down.
Oh, down.
Down.
Oh.
Below.
Down. And as you realize that, you also realize that this structure may be as deep into the cliff as it is tall above the cliff's face. And then you hear the door on the building squeak, and then you hear click, and then you hear sort of a displaced sound. It's coming out of the big opening where the structure has been blown away. You hear what sounds like
I didn't hear anything but then.
It was
Uh,
ominous silence.
Ominous silence.
It's a surprise. It's right by the mic. It was nothing.
Nope.
It doesn't pick it
Same.
up. That's amazing.
I like ominous silence, though.
That's wild. I wonder if my OBS may be like, that's not a sound he's trying to make with his mouth.
Filtering.
You hear footsteps and the Doppler effect of such as they rush into the distance.
All right, get down.
So
down, tiny bronze lady. Get
yeah.
Yeah, Bios turns around and says, "Oh, God, I thought something was loose in my skull. Glad you heard that too." And you see she reaches under her arm and pulls out a spyglass and looks ahead. It's only about maybe 120 feet to the front of the door, which is sort of recessed between these two turreted wings. And she says, "I don't see any movement, but it looks like there's not a lot of openings to look in." And then she looks over to the opening on the north side of the structure that's been blown away.
All right.
Do you want to go in the front door or?
Sure. But in terms of trapping on our way down, so we don't have to come back. Yeah, let's encourage people to run straight into that doorway, shall we?
Sounds great. Listen, you guys go see what's going on. I'll set up the traps and sort of back us in here.
Maybe some sort of
it's
hail of crossbow bolts or
just
something vaguely irregular to make them think that's not predictable. Rather that the goal is they don't think we'll stick around and solve what the problem is. We all get to bloody cover.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Sweet. All right. Hey guys, if that's not just like a feral dog, let me know. I'll come help.
It would be a feral dog with incredible skills if it locked us in first.
It actually locked the door while you guys were still outside. So,
okay.
The irony being that there is a huge opening to the structure itself, right over there.
Okay. So
the big obvious door is now locked. Did I miss that?
I
missed lots of things.
No, that was it. That was that was the sound that drew everyone's attention, and then everyone sort of looked over as the sound of footsteps sort of echoed out a different corridor from that opening.
Alrighty, so alternative ways of getting in.
Bios looks down, and there's a log about this big around, and she says, and you could knock it down.
Oh, we could try something. Do you feel like trying the sneaky way, drummer?
Yes.
Let's try the sneaky way.
We try the sneaky way. Before that, I want to. Is it on me or is it on? No, you. Okay, I want to cast see invisibility on myself.
Okay. Sweet, sweet. Nothing immediately changes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let us know if you see any good ghosts.
I'll keep that in mind.
Mm.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
I like a good ghost. So and yeah. Sneak in there. Oh,
Okay, so
I'm
Do you
sneaking.
like ghost stories? Because you're in one.
all right, so going into stealth mode, taking a little tiptoe down.
It's got a 14 for stealth.
Okay.
Oh, I should roll that. I got me a 6. That hay fever, that bloody hay
sweet.
fever.
Yeah. The pollen
Really
rises up this ridge. You're like, man, between the soot and the pollen, it's really
holding it in.
Oh,
You ever held in a sneeze and it just snuck out at the worst moment?
Oh,
yeah.
no, absolutely. That's how I met your mother. So I don't know. I'm just words just
a second.
Sure. Meow.
Ah. Secret lab. That's not ominous at all.
That just turned perfectly. Wow. This episode brought to you by Secret Lab, whoever that is. Remember when you got up and turned around, the chair spun ominously to its branding on the back and just sort of like lingered perfectly there.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's not. It's hilarious. As the two of you apparently tap dance and bang your drum, walking down this graveled path. You shift from gravel onto stone, and the rest of this path leading up to a few steps and then 2 big doors are laid pieces of granite and very beautiful. And as you traipse up onto this sort of platform before the doors, you hear, "We don't want any, go away!"
We got candy.
I said I don't want any. It seems you're not quite sure where it's coming from. It sounds at first like it's on the other side of the door, and then it sounds like it's coming from a window to your right. And then you hear it coming from the other side, which you can see the light shining through the ruined section of this building, and there's nobody standing there when you hear that voice.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
You just did.
Another one. Yeah. Do you like it here? Do you like what you have here? Your little setup here?
Yeah. Go away. Goodbye.
Yeah, no. Because there are people coming who want to change everything around here. We are the ones who are trying to make it so that everything stays the same. You know, we were sent here.
I don't want to pay extortion money to anyone else. Okay.
So you are paying extortion money to? I mean, we're not here
not anymore. I killed them. It was they pulled one over on me.
It is a strange thing for me to say, but we're not here for the money. No, that doesn't sound right. But actually, we aren't.
Yeah, we're here to set up some defenses. So rough,
Yeah.
tough blokes like us can't get in. We didn't
You know,
realize there anyone was living here. G'day. Do you want
Uh,
some defenses installed for free? Because we're going to do that anyway.
You hear chunk, and you see one of the rings on the handle lean to the side, and you hear it creak on the hinges, and then you hear a tapping of a cane against stone, sort of echoing through this space. And you see an old wizened woman. She's hunched over on a cane, and she looks up at you. She pushes her glasses up on her nose. We don't want any. I don't know how to tell you this. I appreciate your offer. You boys are very nice to have come all this way, but I'm afraid I can't be having guests. And she starts waving you back with her cane in her hand.
we brought our own provisions. We won't stay in your guest
No,
room.
no, no. She starts to try and like turn you around and walk you off the steps. Thank you for coming. That's a very nice fortress you've brought. She just
Before we go, who did you say was the ruler of this kingdom at the moment?
I mean no, I'm not. I'm the queen of the castle.
Sure, That's not disputed. But did you pay tribute to any higher ruler, to an emperor or archduke? I don't know.
I don't She leans forward. I don't believe
Hmm.
in taxes. And then she
Who does?
lots of people apparently they keep paying them.
Ah, losers,
I
suckers.
know, seriously.
Hmm.
Listen, been a real pleasure. You boys take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Well, she starts backpedaling. You take care. We'll see you soon. And then she grabs the ring of the door and shuts it. And
How close is she to us? Why she does that?
you guys are about 15, 20 feet away
Oh,
at the
okay.
top of the steps. That she was like, "Okay,
Hmm.
guys, have a nice day."
Um, let me just see. Do I have?
Well, unexpected, but I'm sure we can sweet talk one little old lady. Maybe she needs some chores done.
Um, I have a small candle, and before we leave, I want to. I show her the candle and I toss it over to her, and I do a really bad, in a really bad way. So I just want to see, does the candle go through her, or or does she catch it?
As she's sort of backing away and you chuck
Hmm.
this can roll me a ranged attack. We're not going to necessarily cause her any damage.
Just arranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a natural one. It's a 7.
As What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 14.
Okay.
Probably
Uh,
throw it at Wayne, the candle. Whoops.
um, yeah. As you chuck that candle, it smashes on the door beside her just as she shuts the door, and crashes to the ground. Uh, and
I thought you might need a bit of light. Sorry, I missed that.
No, you know what? It's very kind of you. You must be going now. Thank you. What's y'all's passive insight?
17.
Ooh, passive insight. 14.
As the two of you are standing on the edge of this step, regarding that you just chucked a candle at an old lady, both of you are like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Well, yeah. That's not a new thing.
Hey.
I
There
might
was
head
an
up to
old
that
lady
door.
who lived in an ancient
Crumbling, evil-looking castle.
Yeah.
Labeled "Welcome to Hell." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's try knocking on that door again. Let's head on up there.
You gonna go back and knock?
I'm definitely going to go up and knock. Yeah.
Okay. As
Looking up if there's any boiled batter pudding or oil or something.
It doesn't
drop
look
on
like
me from above.
it. No. Nope.
Good.
As you walk up, you're like, I don't know. As you knock on the door, you get bang, bang, bang. And on the third bang, you ever heard a polar bear roar?
Not in
Luckily,
real life.
No. But I mean, I can imagine it, and we're doing this in my imagination.
Yeah, the doors like shake as a roar is let out from the other side of it, and it echoes and booms around those corridors and out, echoing from different directions in the ruined wing and the turreted wing on either side of you. And it stifles for just a second, as if they're taking a big breath, and there is a second louder roar. And the doors look like they would come off of their hinges. If
I think she
it
is.
was any louder.
Good doggy. Good doggy. No. Good
I
doggy. Who's a good dog? Who's a good boy?
Roll me an animal handling check, I guess.
Not my strong point. Oh. 19.
Oh,
You start to hear.
Yes, this is what I smell like. This is what I smell like.
And then you see from under the door, dust and
drool,
whatnot get kicked up, and then you start to hear the soft padding of paws and clicking of very large claws against the stone.
I should like to make. I should like to use the Druidcraft cantrip.
Okay.
To create the smell of let's say. I'm trying to think of the opposite of a predator smell, a friendly predator smell. Like if you meet a friendly bear and the bear is just chilling out. Do bears make friendly smells? They've got musk glands and things. They rub against trees to mark their scent.
Drummer, how's your nose, man?
I'm getting a scent of bear pheromones, and it doesn't turn me on the slightest.
Not in the slightest, I'm sure. Yeah.
Interesting clarification there.
I will say my bear pheromones, people have a hard time resisting, apparently. I'm not in charge of them myself, but people love those bear pheromones. As you are wafting this aroma, you hear sort of a sneeze from the other side of the door. And
a big polar bear sneeze or a little old lady sneeze?
Pretty polar bear sized bear sneeze. All right. We see again another big puff of air and the echoing through the corridors of this thing. And you see Bios. She's got on a backwards Carhartt ball hat and heavy canvas jacket. She's carrying like 6 pieces of wood. And she goes, "You guys still doing all right?"
Yeah, Wayne.
Definitely occupied. Definitely occupied in Hampton Castle.
Let me know if you need me. And she trundles past the wing to continue her projects.
Wayne, has it occurred to you that it might be just one entity? I mean, that the old lady and that bear thing are one and the same?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just hoping it's maybe. I was a bit worried it might be some sort of illusionary casting thing, but I'm now just kind of more concerned that it's a terrifying old lady and her terrifying pet. And I'm crossing this finger and that finger and this finger and that finger, hoping that this isn't whoever laid the dragon eggs in the first place.
So and you're
Because I don't think we're being paid enough to deal with that.
and you're just turning on the pet. Does it mean that I have to turn on the lady?
No, I'm just being friendly. Friendly.
Oh, okay, good.
I just don't want to
good.
get eaten. Smells a whole
Yeah.
other language. Anyway,
Mhm.
let's see. Anyway, we're not being roared at. Let's just excuse me. Excuse I. Tapping on the door again. Do we get a roar or
No response.
no response? Excuse me, Miss, Your Majesty.
Yeah. Go with that. That's good. She said she was queen of the castle.
I feel like we've got off to the wrong foot a little bit. Can we just have a quick chat? All right. Well, sorry, drummer. We're going to be very rude guests.
Well,
We have to have a look inside. We've got to.
Yeah, let me have a. I'm announcing. If it wasn't clear in the first place, we are two wandering knights here to swear fealty to the queen of this castle.
Well, I guess it worked in hell, so why not?
Swear of fealty. Bestow your feudal kiss on.
Suddenly you hear, guys, what are you doing? She's like right behind you now. She's changed out of her Carhartt jacket into a red and black check flannel. She's got a tool belt on.
We have a suspicion we're being watched, so we're just trying to talk our way inside. It's true. I don't think it's working. I think we'll have to go back to the stealth option. Where's the other entrance? Window, you said?
She goes, guys, I don't know if we have time for this. And she reaches up, and the tip of her finger flips back, and you see a little iron, little jimmy, and she puts it in the latch, gives it a jiggle, gives it a twist. I did roll for that to see if it would work. And you hear clink, and she says, I gotta get back to work. And she turns and starts to walk away as the door begins to slowly swing open on its hinge, letting out a ear-piercing squeak the whole slow time. And then it stops for a second, and then it continues to squeak.
Excuse me, miss. Hello.
You hear, excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. There's no response.
No response.
Okay. Before we go in, Wayne, I completely believe in you. You will see us through. You will be the hero in this. I just before any fighting or anything, I bestow a bardic inspiration on him.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Just preparing for bear. I'll thrum the old staff on the ground, set it up vibrating and thrumming just in case we get attacked in the next 30 seconds. And what can we see?
As you look inside, the floor is terribly uneven. The explosion that took place to your left, which you can see light streaming in from that ruined wing into this large receiving hall. Again, the floor is just like uneven. All the stones look like somebody just shook the whole floor. As you look in, there is a stairwell to the left that goes up to a sort of observation deck that looks back towards you and over the other side into what looks like a throne room. Which is sort of a smaller chamber, the doors of which seem to have been blown off some time ago, and you can see one of them laying on the ground about 80 feet in front of you. And you think that if you go up those stairs, you could probably go somewhere to get in the tower on the far side, or there might be an entrance through the throne room and up into the tower that way.
Right.
Both.
Has still got a roof fallen in?
The roof in this section has not fallen in. It is about 30 feet high. It there are some little like skylight tubes that bring columns of light down into this space, and it looks like there's probably a couple of ever burning torches flanking the throne far on the other side of this structure.
Could be
Um,
inhabited. Could be inhabited. That's look. Number of slathering death beasts in our immediate vicinity.
Zero slathering death
Okay.
beasts. Zero
Maybe
of
that
them.
was an illusion.
Is
Okay.
there anything to give it some context? I mean, like statues of former rulers, portraits of
It
regents
is.
on the
It
wall.
is
Footprints in the
strangely barren in here. As you look
Hmm.
around, it looked like there probably was some kind of rug or tapestry in here. All you see is the tattered and threadbare sort of end of a banner in a
Mhm.
sort of cerulean blue, trimmed in goldenrod yellow. But there's no
But it
sigils on it. It just looks like the end of a banner that, if you blew on it, the fibers would start to dissipate.
because
All
of
right.
age.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Okay.
to speak ill of little old ladies, drummer, but pretty sure someone was having a go at us. Any footprints of little old ladies in the dust and ash?
And that's where I was looking for survival, or investigation, or perception. And you
Oh,
can take a passive if you'd like, or you can roll if you're interested. Just let me know
Oh,
which one you choose.
I rolled and I got an 8.
For what?
Perception.
I think you're sort of fixated on this fabric. It is the only
Hmm.
thing that doesn't seem to be made of stone, except for the banister, which looks like mahogany, which has the lacquer has peeled and faded, and it's turned gray as well. And then sort of the throne room, which sits ominously in the back of this space. You can still see that the ever burning torches that flank the throne are still going. The sconces in which they are placed seem to be in good shape. And the throne itself, although simple, is made of wood, which has not deteriorated over time. And there is a red velvet pillow on its seat, and a high back red velvet riveted sort of cushion to the back. Again, the room in front of you is about 80 feet long. And then beyond that, the throne room seems to be another 60 to 80 feet to the throne itself. And you realize the throne room is probably entirely underneath that tower.
All right. Well, I did not roll well and rolled for a survival and got an 11. But hopefully, spotting obvious footprints in obvious dust isn't that difficult.
No, the just inside the door, you see this lady's got a pretty big foot. There's some shuffly compared to her size. I mean, she was like 4 foot something. She was also hunched over. Maybe if you stood her up taller, she'd be a healthy 5'6". But she's real small. You also see a few sort of crisscrossing lines that may have been claws dragged across the floor, but it doesn't look like they were done in anger or anything like that. Just sort of, just dragging the tips of nails against stone.
Clawed feet, eh?
Much bigger ones than
Much
this
bigger
little
clawed feet.
lady's. Yeah, very
Yeah.
like the stones in the floor are like yay big. And there's like a paw print like about that big on the floor.
All right. Let's be very, very quiet.
Yeah. I mean, all this destruction, even inside the room. She mentioned having been forced to pay extortion money before?
That
I mean,
could,
she said she never paid taxes, but then she mentioned paying extortion money,
that
and
could
I
have been
think,
baloney. The whole
uh,
thing could have been a ruse.
yeah, I know, but look at all this destruction. I mean, I think at some point she stopped, and then someone came and
She could be squatting. Anyway, the thing is, I'm not 100%
okay,
curious on her financial circumstances.
hmm good.
I need to work. I'm more curious as to how do we get down to where the eggs are. And maybe as we go, we'll find out what horrible bearer of doom and destruction is lurking in here, and then I guess we deal with that when we find it.
I just want her. I mean, out of the equation sounds so brutal. I just want to be sure where we stand with her. So if we're assaulted from the outside, we don't have anyone standing behind us, whacking us around the ears with,
Well,
I don't know,
we
a
are
mystical.
100% in agreement on that.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think she's going to come out and have a nice
Mhm.
cup of tea with us this time. Pretty sure we're just going to have to apologize when we run into her, if we run into her, if she even exists. We're more likely to run into things with horrible, nasty, scaled feet that are about yay big, because
Mhm.
that's what was talking to us by the looks of things.
Well, I mean,
Roll
you
me
still,
nature. Roll me
still,
nature check there, drummer.
you still smell funky. So we're probably good. It's an 11. We're probably good.
That sort of musky
Mhm.
aroma from Wayne is suddenly sort of pushed to the side by a far more acrid and far more musky aroma on the other hand.
Something is coming that responds to you on a olfactory level, Wayne.
All right. Well, let's not give it a trail to follow. Let's cancel the druid craft and let's get moving.
Mhm.
We want to go down. Let's look for ways to go down and try again with a sneaky sneak, I guess.
Cool.
Let's try not to announce our presence.
Yeah, let's get a stealth from the two of you, please.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Cool. Cool.
19 for me.
Excellent. Excellent. Love that. As the two of you begin to slowly make your way in past this threshold onto the uneven floors, we see both of you just do, 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 do. And you get about halfway through this room before drummer you step on a low block and you hear and then you hear boom. And as you look down staggering backwards you see that brick drop into darkness and that's the last thought you have before the entire floor collapses underneath the both of you. And can I get dexterity saving throws for the both of you as we just see this whole floor just boom? Like what's the old? There's a little game where you tap the ice blocks
Mhm.
and collapse or something like that. It was just the first block, and the whole thing went with it.
That's a 13 for me.
That's a 27. Oh, that's a natural 20, actually, for
Uh,
27.
nice. 13 points of damage for Mr. Wayne as you are bouncing thunk thunk amongst these falling stones. Drummer with a natural 20, you're going to take 0 damage as you tumble and push very effectively against one of these stones, and then just bounce from one to the other until you are all in abject darkness. And for a moment, you realize you're suspended. And about the same amount of time you realize you're no longer falling. As soon as that thought goes through your head, you start falling again, but you don't fall very far. You hit the ground and you hear all of these other rocks, gunk, 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 and that's really when you get the brunt. Is one of these rocks drops and bang right against your head, and it is dark at first, and then you see two torches lit. And then you see in the distance two more torches light. And then you see two more torches light farther down than that.
Just for clarification, Hadley, were we suspended in midair, or did we hit something solid and then that collapsed as well?
You fell, whoop, bam. So you essentially suspended like 6 inches, a foot off the ground. The rocks in sort of various positions, and then everything just sort of.
Well, bugger. Oh, felt that one. All right.
Did you cast a spell to
Wasn't
make
me,
us?
mate. Wasn't me, mate. But on the one hand, we did want to go down, and we wanted to find. Unfortunately, the location spell's worn off, but it was down. We were down. I'm sure in the vicinity. The bugger is, remember what I was saying about creating traps to guide people where you wanted them to go, so you could make it easier to control them, capture them, hurt them. I do feel like we're being led into more pain. Do you get that feeling? I get that feeling, but maybe it's just me.
That was a trap with a magical cushion at the bottom. I mean, who does that?
I thought we just hit a floor and punched through it for a few bit. Maybe. Could find out. I don't know if I'm that curious. So, what do you reckon? I think we could get back out of here, maybe, or we could go forwards. I feel like going the way they want us to go is suicide. Do you think?
If you looking back up, it is quite a ways.
All right.
Yeah, you about a 20-foot by 30-foot section of this floor dropped. It's a pretty significant pitfall. And it fell, you're thinking maybe a little more than 100 feet. If you had not been slowed upon your descent, you most assuredly would be dead.
Reckon you're right. Reckon magic did bring us down here. Okay, so if they wanted to kill us, they could have killed us. They didn't.
No, let's look for the eggs. You said they were down here. I mean, I could probably climb up there, but then I could never carry you up there.
I think I could fly us out in a pinch.
Oh, you.
But just thinking of wonders bestowed upon us by her awesomeness, Miss Silverwit. She gave me this little orb a couple of sessions back. And our fabulous DM, Hadley, was kind of vague as to what it does. So, he said it creates light. He implied it might create an awful lot of light and blinds people. Or, for all I know, it could be something more benign like a drift globe. Drift globe would be handy right now.
You could probably, intention being the root of all magic, you could probably try and turn it on as a lamp. But if you hurl it, it's essentially a flashbang grenade.
Gotcha.
Which anyone within a 20-foot radius would have to make a Constitution saving throw or be blinded.
Cool.
Yeah, for I think it's 3 rounds save-ins. So
marvelous. I'll make a note of that in a minute.
Could be serious.
But if you think we could tinker with it to get a little bit of glow out, that would be great.
I mean, we have the torches here.
Oh,
I
well,
can
yeah.
I
Oh,
can
shit, I've got a torch.
if color doesn't matter, I have a pretty good dark vision, so I can make out shades.
What I'm curious is, if we walk towards those torches that just lit up,
Hmm.
is something very painful about to happen? That's what I want to know. That's my
Your
burning curiosity.
Your passive insight says yes.
Right.
I have
All right. Other exits then. Look, actually, come to think of it, let's do it the old-fashioned way. I've got a torch here. Do it craft finger. Light my own bloody torch. We don't
Nice.
need magic torches. We've got real torches. All right. Adventurers at the bottom of a 100-foot drop, surrounded by traps. Classic. Let's see. Shall we search for secret doors, mate? Or any other exit whatsoever. That would be good.
Yeah, I rolled a 17 for perception.
As you peer ahead, you see another set of torches farther off from the rest, and you see what looks like a gilded circular staircase, just the top of it, a handrail that looks like it descends away from you and down.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that the thing is probably going even deeper than it went up, and we fell 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go deep. Wayne, what do you say?
Yep. All for going down.
Sweet. As you guys walk down this corridor, it seems far more sturdy. And as you pass these two torches and you've got your own illuminated, you can see that this is a rough-hewn corridor. The stone on the floor seems to be worn pretty well with time, but the walls and the ceiling seem to be cut from the stone itself. And as you make your way towards the end of this corridor, you see one more thing, and that is a painting hanging up on the. As you get close, you see two more torches light up on the far side of the stairs, and you see between them the portrait of a man question mark. He, he's got sort of White Walker vibes to him. He's got hair. It's a bluey black, somewhat unkempt look. It looks like his skin is a pale, icy blue and white. And he has fangs, which he's bearing in this image. And you can see tear marks on one of his cheeks and sharpened teeth in the back of his jaw. He's wearing what looks like icy blue armor with an indigo leather jacket underneath this heavy icy blue breastplate, and his eyes are completely vacant black. It's just sort of from the middle of the torso up.
Well, I don't know much about art, but I like that. That's really good.
The fellow was sophisticated enough to have a painting of himself commissioned. I like him already.
This might be someone's old ancestor.
The frame too is very ornate and gilded, sort of like the banister for the stairs.
But no resemblance to the lady we saw, right?
Not even remotely close.
I'll just do a little detect magic here.
As you detect magic, You pick up the ever-burning torches, and there seems to be some sort of trigger for those, which proximity seems to kick on. The portrait itself is also somewhat magical, um, but it's not illusory.
Okay.
There seems to be an enchantment on it, and you don't immediately know what that enchantment might be. But
That's a different spell.
it's something a little different going on with this. It also seems to be pretty powerful, to the point that that painting might be cursed.
Yes, there's a big mojo laid on this thing. The craftsmanship's real, but there's some sort of big magic nasty laid on this. I don't think we should be touching it, but
I look at Wayne as he is looking at the picture. Does he get older? Does his beard get like white?
Yeah, you see Wayne is completely consumed by the painting, and the cheek stitches up, and you're left by yourself down. No. No, as you come in contact with it, it doesn't seem to have an effect on you at all. Which I think leaves you with more questions than answers now. And you hear echo up the twisting stairs, right behind you, right there, right there.
Slowly we turned, inch by inch, step by step.
Yeah, as the two of you look down, you see the sort of corkscrew dissipate down into darkness again.
But no little tiny old lady, comically just below our line of sight.
Nope,
right.
Apparently not.
Corkscrew staircase, you say?
Yep, little circular staircase.
Hollow in the center?
No, there's a
central pillar.
Yeah, there's a
thing.
beam in the middle. Pretty tight. It's a pretty tight turn.
Is there a balustrade?
There's just a little golden banister that leads all the way down. You really can't see around.
Okay. Fetch out one of my little rocks.
Yep.
Toss it down, see how long I can hear the tink dink tink 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 goes for.
Yeah, you hear tink 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 tink. Ow.
Sorry. Can we come down?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't.
Can you come up?
I don't think you'd appreciate that.
What did you take us for?
You hear a different voice, and it says, "Fools."
Well, you're not that far off, but can we have a face-to-face conversation anyway? Rather than shouting down a curly-whirly staircase. I mean, do you strike those who gaze upon your natural form blind or mad with the sheer overpowering awesomeness of your divine presence? Because I know that's a thing, and cool. We don't have to see eye to eye then. But, if you're not immediately lethal to chat to, can we chat?
Down, boss.
Thank you. All right. Pretty sure we're not going to die for at least 6 seconds. Let's go for a walk.
When just before we come to the end of the staircase, I want to start Just a little rhythm, just a little humming song to counter charm. As for as long as I'm not doing anything else, I'll be in counter charm mode. So we
Useful,
can't be what? We can't be no, we gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
That's useful. Great. All right.
Cool. You guys going down the stairs?
Yeah, but dust off the debris, straightening things, try and look slightly less weather beaten. I know that's actually futile in the case of Wayne the Wizard, but make it an effort.
That's fair. That's fair. Sweet. All right, down you go,
Down we go.
guys. This is like some Scooby Doo shit. Because
The corridor does turn into a slippery...
because as you go down, you take 3 steps, Wayne, and then you're like, you sort of jump on the one step, and you're like, it's fine. And then you step down, Curtis steps down, and Drummer, we see your claws scratch along the banister, as sure enough, the two of you just go. And you guys come shooting out on a little slip and slide into the middle of the room, and it is actually wet as you get down to the bottom. You sort of slide and then splash into the edge of a stone step. And you are butt deep in water, the both of you, and
water's fine.
yeah, it's just water, right? And then you see a light from overhead, and you see 3 boxes on a dais in the middle of this room. They are about 3 feet wide, and about 2.5 feet deep, and about 3 feet tall. And each one of them is a very beautiful, intricate chest. And you can see a relief of, dragons. The motif is undeniable. And they are sort of in a horseshoe shape away from you. And as you are sitting there, you begin to see a blue light shine outside of this yellowy spotlight on these 3 boxes. And then you see a head of bluish black hair moving and undulating, and you see blue skin and empty eye sockets and sharpened teeth and torn cheeks, and a bright icy blue breastplate and an indigo leather jacket. And then you see him put his clawed hand over one of the chests and look down at the 2 of you and scream. Let's roll for initiative.
So the painting was accurate, but it didn't really reflect the scale.
Yeah. Well, it did actually reflect the scale better than you could have anticipated.
Right.
That's a 14 for me.
All right.
Only a 9 for me.
Okay, that's great. 9 for Wayne. And here we go. Oh, really? All right. Drummer, you are up first. And you look up from this pool of water at the base of this structure, and you see this guy. He's towering over you. He does not look. He looks very, 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 very dangerous. Very dangerous.
I go to my default defensive action, I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern on him.
Okay.
So I just want him to deal with something else other than us for the moment.
Nice.
That's a Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, Wisdom saving throw.
You will be very happy to know that this guy got a 7
A +7 or a 7?
total.
Oh, okay. Then that he can be charmed because it doesn't work if creatures can't be charmed.
No, he can't be charmed, but he's
Uh,
definitely caught up in it for a moment.
mhm.
So if you want to pop off a bonus action, the dancing lights have got him for a moment.
Mm-hmm. Before I'm trying to give Wayne an assist, and I'm going for unsettling words, which will give him the minus D8 on his next saving throw.
Okay. All right.
And well, I'm just telling him. Well, I mean, we looked at the picture above, and you were so much more handsome and inviting, and actually so much more cultured. And now we're met by this. This is a bit disappointing.
I know this guy's gonna try and kill you, but damn, that was cold. Those were some unsettling words.
Yeah.
All right.
That ends my turn.
Lovely. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. He's gonna swat at those uh, flips of light and growl, and then he's going to climb over very unnaturally this dragon egg chest, and he reaches down and he's going to try and grab Mr. Drummer. Wow, wow! I don't think an 11's going to get you there, is it?
Quick
No.
question.
Yeah,
Quick question.
sure.
If he's moving towards Mr. Drummer, does that
Yeah.
mean he has moved towards me and into my range?
Yes, if there's something
I get a
that's
reaction.
fantastic.
I get a reaction attack when he does that.
Good. That probably explains why he did not succeed. You get a opportunity attack.
Yeah, it's a reaction attack from Polar Master.
Okay, magnificent.
Yeah, the bugger of the thing is I haven't turned on Shillelagh recently. So it's just...
Just a stick.
It's just a stick, but what the heck? It might do something. Does a 12 hit?
It surprisingly does not hit.
There you go. Still.
But I think you swing enough that he has to retract his claw before he's able to get Drummer. And then how's a 19 versus Wayne armor class?
Oh, that's a hit. That's definitely a hit.
He grabs you
Hey.
and chucks you over his head into the far side of the room, and you are going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he hurls you 20 feet and bounces you against a wall, and you slide down and splash into the water again. And then he gets to use his third attack. Yeah, I love getting to beat up on two people. It's just, and he is going to look at Drummer, and he's going to say, and as he starts to inhale, we see the moisture in the air around you begin to cover you with rime ice. And then we see this thin, icy inhalation into his mouth. And you are going to take 7 points of necrotic damage. And you do see one of the breaks in his cheeks stitch itself back up. And now it's Wayne's turn.
All right, so whole ground is wet.
Yep, it's about 3 or so inches of water in the,
All right,
the whole
slippery.
place.
The chesty thing, dragon eggs, is that on like a plinth or something that's dry, or they're just sitting?
Stone. No, there's a big stone altar.
Okay.
This is not rough hewn. This is very intricately carved, and it shows dragons flying over and around the Hellgate Keep here.
And our big creepy friend crawled over a wall or something to get into this space.
He crawled actually over the dais.
Right.
To get to Drummer.
But he's crawling around is apparently his favorite form of doing things right. Just right now. He's not standing up. Just the time being. Right. Okay. Yeah. Can I whack down a spike growth?
Ooh.
In a nice big area covering, because seeing he's thrown me a large amount out of the way.
Yeah.
Can I throw that down underneath him?
Yeah.
I'd like to make it very centered on him, but I don't want to include Drummer in that.
Yeah, what you'll have to probably do is 5 feet on the other side of the dais, back. So he'll get caught in about 10 feet of the 20-foot radius.
Yep.
Okay.
Just checking. Yep. 20-foot radius.
Yeah, so he's gonna take some damage when he gets out of that.
2d4 for every 5 feet you travel through it.
Sure. Sweet. What else?
That's my action. I will get to my feet.
Cool.
And he's just clearing up how far away I am from him.
You are just outside of 20 feet away from him.
All right. Yeah. Bonus action magic stone. And I'm gonna retreat.
I don't know where you're gonna retreat to.
I'm 10 feet.
Nowhere to run to, baby.
The intention is that he has to come towards me through the spikes to get me. That's all.
You can move to your left or right into one of the far corners of the room.
Sure. In fact, I'd like to run around the outside if need be, but cool. Yeah. Nowhere to retreat. That's fun.
Yep.
So yelling out to Drummer, stick to the edges, mate.
Yep.
Make him come to us. And that's it. I'm good.
Sweet.
Got me magic rocks.
Drummer, you begin to feel a little shivery, but that rime ice begins to melt into your fur, and it's not comfortable, but you are not restrained or anything like that. You are just on your butt looking up at this guy. What would you like to do?
That language he was using before, by any chance, was it Infernal?
Let's take a quick look and double check. Let's see what it was. Let's say it's Infernal. Yeah.
Good. I'm fluent in Infernal.
Okay. Your life belongs to me.
Yeah.
Was what he said, essentially.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use Unsettling Words again, this time in Infernal. And I'm going to, you shouldn't have done this. I will end you now. I unleash my innermost dark power. And my friend here is pretty badass too.
He chuckles.
Yeah, and I'm going to cast Hold Person on him.
Interesting.
Let's see how long he chuckles then. Another Wisdom saving throw with a minus 1d8.
So it would be 15.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your saving throw?
I rolled an 8 anyway, and the save DC would be 16.
So he's going to fail no matter what.
Mm-hmm. So he is paralyzed, and I just looked it up. He is incapacitated as long as I mean he gets another saving throw at the end of each of his turns. At the moment, he can't take actions or reactions. He can't move or speak. He automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Cool.
I look at Wayne. I was like, "End him now," and I'm done for the turn.
Okay. You see this guy seize up and look at you with these empty eye sockets. And he's just like reaching out, clawed, fangs bared. And you see him seize up for just a moment. And then you see his jaw start to move as he goes. And then he pulls himself through these thorns and brambles. He's going to take, is it 2d4 per 5 feet? Go ahead and roll up the damage he's going to take from 10 feet of this. As Drummer, you get the terrifying feeling that he also can't be paralyzed.
Well.
I gave you guys a bit of a doozy.
That's fine. I mean,
Is that damage?
Wayne, you're muted.
Sorry, that's 14 damage from the thorns.
Very good.
If only he could have crawled while paralyzed.
He crawls through all of that. You see chunks of his indigo leather scratched and torn. Some of it seems to make its way through like daggers cutting through leather. And you start to see inky indigo blood run out onto that leather. And Curtis, from your point of view, you see this guy crawling, bleeding down towards you angrily. I mean, just like very angry with you. And then you see the leather start to like seal itself back up. And then you see the blood like start to seep into that leather as well. And you wonder how many times this guy's been cut for his leather armor to be completely soaked in his own indigo blood. Yep. And then he's going to do bad things to you. Well, he's not. He tries to grab you, and apparently you're able to get out of the way because that was a 13. I don't think a 13 is going to hit you, is it? And he rushes forward, and he's definitely going to get you this time with a 21 to hit. And he is going to grab you and pick you up and then just like bam, throw you up in the air like WWE wrestling style. Only this time, ain't no bouncy mat. You hit the water and it breaks your fall a little bit, and then you are just slammed into the stone as water splashes up and then washes back in over you. And let's see what that damage is. That is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And then he's going to pick you up, and he's going to hurl you like a bad kitty. It's going to be a 19 versus armor class.
Hits again.
Okay. Can I get a dexterity saving throw from Wayne, please?
Oh, good.
It's a 22, mate.
All right. Would you like to get out of the way? Or would you like to try and catch the drummer and reduce some of his damage, even if he does?
The latter one, absolutely.
Okay.
Catch the kitty.
Yeah, understand.
We can't let that kitty get wet. Kitties don't like getting wet.
Each of you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Drummer, you are hurled into Wayne. Wayne, you brace yourself. Do a great job catching him. Both of you just sort of bam into the corner of this wall, and you see him now coming out from behind this spot-lit 3 dragon egg crates. And he puts his hand on the edge of this dais and comes around. And he's the big boy. He's the big boy.
As a reaction, I'm completely no selling his finishing moves.
Nice.
If we stay in WWE territory,
Yeah.
I touch the red dragon scale on my scarf, and I'm using the hellish rebuke that you gave me last week. So that'll be a dex saving throw for him, or he takes 2d10 fire damage.
You're gonna love this. Is gonna make you chuckle. This guy just rolled a -2 to his dexterity saving throw.
That's nice. It's D2, D10. 2d10. Oh, 12.
12 points of damage.
Fire damage, yeah.
Fire damage, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You hear flesh sizzle and pop, and you see parts of his leather start to twist and tighten from the heat, and his face is somewhat charred, and looks back at the two of you, intent on murder. And he looks over at he looks over at Wayne. And Wayne, can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure. That's it. That's a 21.
21. You begin to see a swirl of ice and frost rise up around you. And as you hunker down, we see it settle in on you. And as it does, you feel like your whole existence is being pulled out through your feet. And we see a thin series of tendrils of ice wisp up through this water around this guy. And you are going to take 3 points of necrotic damage. But that is very little compared to what you could have. And he doesn't look very happy. But it is Wayne's turn. What would you like to do?
He's just thrown Curtis to me.
Yep, the two of you are in the corner of the room.
I was about 20 feet away from him when he threw me. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you're about 20 or so feet
cool.
away from him.
Let's not close the distance. Let's make him work for it.
Okay.
I've got a handful of magic rocks. I throw my magic rocks.
Okay. Bing, bing, bing.
Yep. All right. So, doopity-doo, pardon me. Getting there. Does an 18 hit?
Certainly does.
Fantastic. That's 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Plus The dreadful strikes of the Shadow Fae. Add to that a lovely little additional 1d4. Additional 2 points of psychic.
Nice.
And
how many rocks did you launch at him?
just the 2. It's
okay.
So it's an attack action.
It's like throwing
an attack
two
action.
baseballs at this guy at like high speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one, does an 18 hit? Does an 18 hit?
It certainly does.
Only 5 bludgeoning.
Okay. Sweet.
Still, it all adds up.
Yeah. We see bang, and then we see him sort of like reel. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And even trying to fight back. And then see him take another step forward and dunk right in the middle of his forehead. You see a split in his skin. And you can see this like indigo flesh exposed, and you see a little tendril of that indigo blood run down his nose. Anything else from Wayne?
Oh, yeah. I'll activate Shillelagh just because I get the feeling I'm going to need it sooner or later.
Fair enough.
Let's have the staff bursting with green and virulent energy. Virulent? Verdant. I meant verdant. Yeah. Very different.
Same.
I mean, bacteria are alive, technically.
Just every time someone casts Shillelagh, I think of this meme / scene from Venture Brothers. Sweet. Drummer, what do you want to do? There's a big bad guy. He's bad. He's so bad.
Yeah, I have a couple of bardic inspirations left, so I'm going to use unsettling words one more time. I'm going to tell him, we came as friends offering our help. You slapped our hands away. Now we're going to slap you. And then because I think it was really effective that when he was crawling through these brambles or spikes, they are still there, right, Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level to push him away, but also for the damage.
Nice.
So that's I think it's a Constitution save. Let me see. Yeah, Constitution save, but it's minus D8 again.
You're not going to need it.
Okay.
You're definitely not going to need it. He rolled a 2. Even with his con save of +8, it's still a 10.
Okay. So then he is pushed back 10 feet and takes 15 points of thunder damage.
Okay. He's going to take that 15. And can I get a 4d4 as he's blasted across the edge of this bunch of brambles?
Yeah. Is it cool if I use the Google Dice Roller just because it adds it up for me? Cool. That's 11.
11 more points of damage as he does that. That's 69. Thank you. You guys seen that one where some guys at like McDonald's, and there's all these college students, and he says, "Order number." Well, it's everybody's favorite number, and he raises his fist, and there's just dead silence, and he goes, 69, and then the camera pans, and there's like 60 college students that all lose their mind at the same time. We are a simple folk. Drummer banged him up real good. Was that it for Drummer?
Yeah.
Great. This guy hates it. He hates it. He gets up. and he drags himself out of these brambles. Again, go ahead and roll me another 4d4. He does not seem to give a shit about getting cut up. He is nope, muted. You're muted.
The first 10 feet is 10 damage.
Okay, very good.
Is he only moving 10 feet?
Yeah, he's out. He got blasted 10 feet back. He's walking 10 feet back out. And you see cuts on his arms and hands, and his breastplate seems to still be in pretty good repair. But you see the same sort of thing as the leather armor sort of seals itself back up, and the blood that was exposed seems to soak into it. It's so dark, though, it doesn't seem to change the hue very much. And he walks over and he's going to try and grab both of you. First, Drummer with a 19 versus armor class.
Yeah.
And then.
I should like to use my reaction attack if that's possible.
Yes, yes, you can. Does a 16 hit, Wayne?
A 16? I think no. A 16 does not hit me.
Well, then that's probably wise because you hit him first.
Tried to. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
Roll it.
And then he is gonna. Yeah, he's just gonna make an attack with Drummer into Wayne again. I think, yeah, that's a 26 to hit. Yeah, he just takes Drummer by your scruff, and just wham, and sends the two of you spinning. And as he does, you see him reach his claws into the air, and you see droplets of water rise up out of this pool that you're standing in, and then he sort of plunges them down. And as he does, they come rushing up like a wall around the two of you. And can I get Constitution saving throws from both of you, please?
Oh, that's a 21.
Nice.
That's a 7. I'd like to use that bardic inspiration you gave me now, if I may. What's the dice on that?
That is, I think it's 1d8. It's 1d8. It's 1d8. I'm level 6. Is that right? Level 6, 1d8?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
I think at 12 it goes to a d10.
So that's a grand total of 13.
That's not going to get it done. Since you are on the bottom here, buddy, you're gonna really take the brunt of the force, Wayne. You're gonna take 29 points of necrotic damage.
Whoa, that's a lot.
You feel like Han Solo frozen in carbonite as the ice forms around you, and you feel just the warmth of your body being drained out of you. And Curtis, you are going to take 14 points of damage, necrotic damage. And this guy, you see him reach his hands back up, and a beautiful swirling, almost sculpture of ice forms around him. And he seems more robust.
Of course he does.
Yeah. And Wayne, it's your turn. You're under Drummer. The ice around you is starting to melt, but no less comfortable for being in freezing cold water.
So we're not actually frozen inside a solid block of ice or anything like that.
You were
briefly. Right, gotcha. Can we safely move back to put some distance between the two of us, so he has to injure himself to get to us, or
you'd have to make quite the. He could chase you around the table at this
Right.
point.
Right, gotcha.
So I mean, if you wanted to run back over, he would just come around with you. He's unfortunately he's not stupid like a zombie. He's just
it's just
violent like a
it's a very
madman.
big area. It's a very big area, and we're fast. He doesn't seem particularly fast.
Yeah, he's definitely not fast. That is the one thing he is not.
Well, then, still seems like a valid strategy. Then, frankly, I would like to put as much spiky bindies between me and him.
Sweet. What's your movement speed?
35.
Okay. You could definitely get to the other side of the table, and even to the other side of these spikes. And Drummer's staggering to his feet. And Drummer, you're about 10 feet away from this guy. Anything else for Wayne? What do you got, Wayne? You know, drop anything else off at the pool?
Yeah. I think I can enchant another couple of rocks and throw them.
Okay.
Bonus action, magic stone, attack action, 2 attacks.
Pop it off, baby.
Okie dokie. First one is a 14 to hit.
Yes. He's getting out of the way. He dodges that as you smash that rock into the wall behind him.
And the second one, which is 13, also misses.
Yeah.
No worries.
He dodges one way and then dodges the next. And he's starting to move towards you. You're like, yeah, come across the spikes. And then he starts moving around. Yeah, he just...
that's good.
That's a real shame. Drummer, you see that this guy does look like he's going to try and chase down Wayne. What would you like to do?
Well, as a bonus action, I mean it's not much, but it might be crucial. I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word on the both of us. So that's 1d4 plus 5.
Not nothing.
Yeah, it is 6. So we get 6 back.
Cool.
Thank you. And I just realized I forgot to make a concentration check. I am so sorry.
It's gonna be 15.
15.
Or no, 14. Excuse me.
14. Let's think happy thoughts. 6. No more spikes.
No more spikes for you. Then
no
you
more
see
spikes.
this guy look real happy as they fade away.
Yeah. I'm trying to spike him with my rapier then.
Okay. Give him the old pointy end.
No, that's just a 10.
Okay. You take a shot with the rapier, and we hear your footsteps splash in the water, and this guy turns around and sort of just swipes down and blocks your thrusting arm, and then goes to grab you, and you're able to now, in this dueling frame of mind, sidestep him. He steps forward again and grabs you by the neck with a 22 to hit, and then he's gonna stick with this using you as a weapon, except that as he goes to throw you, we see your clawed feet scramble up the wall and across the ceiling as he goes to throw you. And when he lets go, we just see you dig in your claws and scrape into across the floor very acrobatically because he cannot get this shot off. And so he leans forward and And Wayne, he's got his back to you. What would you like to do?
Oh. I will move in and do my best to put the boot in.
All right, give him the boot, baby.
Okay. So I've got a free concentration slot now. That's interesting. So, attacking with the shillelagh. That's a natural 20, 27.
Hey, what do we tell you about natural 20s around here?
Well, I can never keep it straight, to be honest. We
That's
roll the
okay.
regular damage and then we add double the additional.
So what you do is
I have a lot of damage dice now.
Yeah.
I have the shillelagh damage dice plus the dreadful strikes dice, plus I'm going to activate favored foe for an additional.
Yeah, I mean,
So
lean
that's a lot.
into it, baby. So what we'll do is you're going to max out all of the dice involved in the roll.
Okey-dokey.
So you've got double your dice damage. You max it. So it's a D8. Now it's 2D8.
2d8.
So 16 plus what's your bonus to damage?
7.
Okay, so you're at 23 to start with.
And there's 6 from favored foe, which is a d6.
29.
Plus 4 from the dreadful strike psychic.
So 33.
D4.
Oh,
right.
D4.
D4, yeah. That's the first one.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's describe for me the epicness of this 33-point attack with a club.
Staff, mate. Staff.
Well,
if you want to make it go for the epic, and he's crawling around like a big baby on the ground, then I would like to run up through, knock out his wrist, two-handed baseball bat style.
Nice.
That's supporting him, so that he face plants.
Okay.
Into for the additional. For the additional pain and the humiliation, I think. I like to think of dreadful strike, psychic damage as being emotional damage. So,
I like that.
Yeah, let's just grind his face in the dirt.
Yeah, I think that you got a secondary attack with the back end of that club, right?
I do if I do with the bonus action, but I also get 2 attacks as a ranger. So,
well, you just gotta really
do the second one.
But
I don't get those tasty bone. I don't get those tasty extra dice.
You got a sweet crit. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah. That's a 24, so
yep. Yep.
That's 5 damage, regular.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that bonus action attack too. Why not?
Oh, why wouldn't you?
It's only a 10 to hit though, so I don't think it worked.
That is a miss.
And I just noticed I misread something because I was looking at the dice roller. Subtract 3 points from the damage he took from that crit. I was misreading my wisdom bonus.
Very good. He does not like this at all. He is now that he's been sort of knocked prone. You hear him roar. There's bubbles coming out of the tears in his cheeks. Into the water here. And Drummer, you are about 5 feet away from this guy's face, and Wayne is just off to the side where he came swooping in and knocking this guy around. What would you like to do?
He's knocked prone.
Yes.
Okay, that means that while I'm close to him, I have advantage on my attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The melee attacks will have advantage. I actually say that close ranged attacks have advantage as well, because it doesn't make sense that I couldn't just shoot a guy who's laying on the ground right in front of me. It's actually harder to hit him from far away.
I'm going all in with I'm attacking with the rapier. Oh, that's a double 10. That is so. And I use my bonus action to attack him with my dagger. That's a 21.
Hey, there you go. He's rolling and dodging, trying to get out
Yeah,
of the way.
it's 6 damage.
6 points of piercing damage. Very good. As you manage to stink, and as he comes back the other way, we just right down beneath his clavicle, and he looks up at you again with these empty eye sockets, and snarls, and you see his dark teeth are even darker now for the deep indigo blood filling his mouth. He does not look particularly happy. And oh goodness, yeah, yeah. He is going to roll back onto his shoulders, and then just kick up with his clawed feet under Drummer's chin. How's a 14 versus your armor class?
Oh, no, I have armor class 15.
You see clawed feet just like Matrix style. You're like, no. And he hikes himself up into the air, and we see him sort of turn over slowly, and as he comes back down, swipes at you with a. This one is a 16, 18 to hit
Mm-hmm.
against Drummer, and that is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage as his claw just comes down and wham right across your face. And then as he turns and looks and sees Wayne with your staff getting ready for another shot, can I get a Constitution saving throw from you, please?
That's a 12.
Yum 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 yum. Nope, that's not. That is as cocked as a dice can be. Great. 12 points of necrotic damage. He
Yeah.
siphons off of you as he looks like he's going to throw a shot at you. And instead, you see this icy sphere just come like a curveball out of his hand. And as you try and brace for it, you are just bounced against the wall. This like wedge of ice forms around you, and we see this like soft, icy blue illumination drain out of you underneath this little wedge and through the water and begin to tendril up his legs and seep into his breastplate. And that's his twine. It's your twine. As you see this illumination through the icy wedge in front of you, and it begins to melt and break apart as you look at this guy, and he hefts another one of these spheres enthusiastically.
Right. Well, if I saw what I just think I saw. Huh. Okay. Step 1. Bonus action. Healing word on myself.
Wise.
Not going to be a lot, but it's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ha. That's a 5.
Hey, take it. Take every point, baby.
I'm taking it. I'm
Take
taking
every
it.
point you can get.
Secondly, got a dagger. I would like to cut the straps on that little funky breastplate of his, which seems to be doing all the heavy lifting for him. Do I need
look
to
at it,
climb up?
it looks like two pieces of ice.
Right.
There is a seam. It seems. On I didn't mean that. On either side. But it's the only seemingly inconsistent part of that breastplate. Yeah, it's frozen on him.
Right. So yeah, okay. Can't cut it off him, but
So you could maybe cut it off him, but you can't just. You're gonna have to really get it in there.
probably better to at least try and smash it off. All right. This probably won't work. Well, the dagger is rather less effective than me bludgeoning it. So I will try to. I won't attack him. I'll try and crack that seam on the breastplate, and I will yell out, "Drummer! Focus on the breastplate. It's keeping him alive." Because I think I probably won't be able to shatter it myself, but maybe Drummer's got something in his bag of tricks that will. Anyway, am I making an attack then?
Do it.
That's what I'm doing. Would you believe? Another natural 20.
I'm literally hoping that you would get one. I was really hoping that you would get a nat 20 on this.
However, I am suspecting that a breastplate does not take psychic damage. So shall we just ignore?
It does not.
It does not. No.
No.
And it's not my favorite. And it's also not my favorite foe. So
it's actually the old woman's the breastplate.
She was giving us psychic damage.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that the breastplate does not count as my favorite foe.
It unfortunately does not.
Does not, no.
But what did we see? There's 8, 16 plus 7.
It's still 2d8 plus 4 damage.
Okay. All right. So
that's 20, 16 plus 4. Yeah. That's still nice.
20 points of damage.
Is it doing anything?
It sure does. It actually sure does. As you strike it very directly, you see that seam spiderweb across the front half and start to circling around the back as well. And he is going to take a little bit of that damage as well. As you lay in and whoosh, just crunch in the side of his armor, and he staggers to the side 2 steps and leans up against the altar that these chests are on.
Let's go again then. Let's see if we get it done. 24 to hit.
I'm gonna get a hit for sure.
Okay. And a humble 9 damage to it.
Okay. Hoofda.
And may as well go the 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I rolled the wrong thing. Does a 12 hit the breastplate?
It does not.
There you go.
You just sort of bang against it, and he sort of leans forward, and he clunk adjusts his neck back in place, and he turns, and as he turns, sort of on the ropes against this dais, you start to see chunks of ice falling away from the left side of this breastplate, and hitting the ground on this dais and shattering into smaller pieces, and then very quickly melting into the pool of water around him. And he looks down, and you see him try and concentrate to reconstitute this breastplate, and it is not working. And he looks up with anger, and he tries to push himself forward towards Wayne. But drummer, it's your turn.
Hmm.
This guy is on his lag. He is staggering.
So I mean so he has the ice on the breastplate
Mm-hmm.
does it look like regular ice?
It looks like regular ice, and looks like it's shattering. It is obvious that it is not just ice,
Okay.
but
Well,
several concerted attacks against it have proven
mhm.
more than it can take.
Well, I'm going to do something and just see how you rule it. I'm
Sure,
using
love it.
my last bardic inspiration here. Again, unsettling words. I say, well, you see now your plan is coming apart. We offered to talk so many times. We came as friends, but I'm afraid we have to vanquish you. And I cast Shatter.
Nice.
He has to make a Constitution saving throw minus the D8, and if he fails, he takes a 3d8 thunder damage. And
Yeah.
then any inorganic material is shattered, but only for non-magical objects.
Cool. Cool.
So I mean, no, it says a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried. Also, that isn't being worn or carried. Okay, well, I leave it.
Essentially transfers the damage to the person that's wearing it.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. But still, I'm
Uh,
casting Shatter here. Yeah.
he got a 16,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got a D8 to reduce from that.
Oh, two. But that reduces it as I think I have a 15.
I think that's
Uh,
all you needed.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He starts to stagger forward, and what's that? What's that damage?
The damage is just 6. Mm.
6 points of damage. The breastplate does shatter.
Okay.
You see it that spider web. It was just already compromised. It and you see chunks of it start to fall off. The dais behind him. You see a fissure across it diagonally, and across the dragon that you see flying in front of Hellgate Keep. And there's a faint in the room as the shatter echoes back and forth inside of it.
Whoops. Wayne, I might have shattered the X as well. Mm, we'll see. It ends my
The
turn.
boxes, yeah, the boxes don't look in any way damaged. The stone
Okay.
altar does.
Sounds like a problem for future me.
Yeah, this guy's speaking of future you and the problems you'll face. This guy staggers towards you and tries to claw at you. He makes a second attempt. 15 versus armor class for Wayne.
Me? That
Yep.
does not hit. Did he come into my range of attack?
Yes. And
or was he already in there? Was he already in there?
No, he moved back into it for sure.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'll try and teach him not to do that.
Teach this boy a lesson.
No, they're not working tonight. 11.
No.
No.
He steps forward. You swing. He gets out of the way, and he comes back, and he just gives you one. And
the 15 does not hit.
15.
Does not.
The 25 does.
It definitely does.
The 25 does. That is going to be. Pause. That's going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage as he staggers forward and just sends a walloping haymaker. You're swinging here, he's swinging here, and the staff just whizzes past him, and that boom right into Wayne's face.
And we are into death saves.
Yep, and we just see you fly up and then into the water and see it wash back up over you. And we'll get yeah, as you hit, he turns over and looks at Drummer, and Drummer, can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
It's a 14.
That's bad. That is going to be 13 points of necrotic damage that he sucks out of you, and you start to see a thin layer of like hide thickness of ice start to form on his body, and he's he coughs blood. he looks like absolute garbage. Wayne, can I get a death saving throw, please, sir?
Of course you can. Yeah, we death saves. I've never hit one of these on
D&D Beyond?
D&D Beyond before.
I think you just roll a d20. I don't know if the
Happy to do that.
I don't know how it actually.
There doesn't seem to be an automatic button. Doesn't seem to be an automatic.
Yeah, weird.
Here we go. Yeah, it's 10 or over, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a failure.
Do you have a deity?
Oh, I think fondly of them, but
Yeah, I'm just curious. If there is
never particularly fond of the goddess of the sea or the god of the sea, but otherwise not a formal practitioner. Okay. Kind of a polytheist.
I think we just
like
see
festivals are nice. Festivals are nice.
Yeah,
we like going to
we
festivals.
just see you standing in a barren forest. The canopy completely gone. Snow piling up on the icy, dripping branches. And you are completely naked except for a pair of boots. And at first, brisk and bracing, that chill sets in very quickly, and you feel rightfully exposed. And Drummer, it's your turn. This guy looks like he's. He does not look like he's back in the fight, but he does look like he's just a faint bit better off than he was a minute ago.
I'm not sure how the whole thing with death saves work, but if I cast Healing Word, would that do anything, or would I need to cast?
Certainly would.
Okay.
It would start him at 0 hit points, and then and go up however much you gave him.
Yeah, then I cast as a bonus action. I cast Healing Word on Wayne.
What's that word?
The word at this point, the word is probably adrenaline.
Nice.
It's seven hit points.
Hey,
that is better than a poke in the eye of a sharp stick.
It certainly is.
And then I'm going to. I mean, I'm out of third and second. Oh no, I cast a spell anyway. Oh my god, I'm losing it here. I'm attacking him with my rapier.
Okay.
For 20. That's
dirty 20?
Yeah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20? That's definitely going to hit him.
And it's 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. You go right through that breastplate. And he looks down. He looks at you and he shakes his head. He doesn't like that. He's gonna punch you in the face. He's gonna hit you right in the face. It's a 17 to hit you in the face.
17 hits me, yeah.
He grabs your hand holding the rapier in his chest still and just whack right into you. And let's see how much damage that that's going to be much damage. 8 damages. Eight
Eight,
whole,
eight,
8 whole
eight,
damages.
8 drops me to 0, to exactly 0.
Bam. We see your rapier still in his chest as
Mm-hmm.
he just thunk, and then just see Drummer, and you pull the same thing as you
Mm-hmm.
stagger backwards and then whoosh, back into the icy cold water. Do you have a god?
I love playing Tabaxis. I never thought about a god of cats.
We can come back in just a second
Yeah,
during your death saving throw
yeah.
if you live long enough to do that. And then this guy turns around. He's still got the rapier in his body, and he starts walking back towards Wayne. He pulls this rapier out and tosses it into the ice, and he grinds his knuckle into his fist, and then he coughs blood out of his mouth. And he's gonna break that threshold again. So this is your time to pray that this works. You want to take a shot at him as he enters your range?
Oh, right. Yes, absolutely. Beep, 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 beep. Now that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That's going to hit.
And the fun fact about Dreadful Strikes is that it can only be applied once to a creature per turn. Not per round, per turn. So I get to use that. I'm just wondering, I'm not sure about Favored Foe. Only applies on my turn. Dreadful Strikes, on the other hand, I can use it as many turns as I've got reactions, which is only one, but hey.
Here you are, in the middle of a reaction.
Well, I think Favored Foe, I'm going to assume it was dropped while I was unconscious anyway.
That's fair, yes.
Yeah, I think that probably happened. But 5 points of damage, bludgeoning from the shillelagh, and a wee tiny drop of 1 psychic point of damage from the Dreadful Strikes.
What do you say in that one? What is the expression? What is the sensation inside of his mind? That just that 1 point of damage.
I'm just trying to think of something particularly excruciatingly Australian.
I believe in you.
You want to go, you cunt? You want to go? You want to go, me cunt? It always makes me cringe.
And then and then you sort of you hear softly in your head, and then you see him fall to his knees, and then you see him fall face first into the water, and you see bubbles pour out of his mouth and up out of his cheek, and you just see a thin pooling of indigo blood as he lays dead in front of you, and you see that icy armor slowly turn to slush and then melt over his body. And you look over, and your buddy Curtis, he's got a little boop on the snoot.
Rush to him.
I do
Apply
want to. I still want one death saving throw out of Drummer.
So that was just straight D20, right?
It's just it's a D20.
Yeah, that's a 4.
You hear Meow 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 meow. And that just sort of plays in the darkness. Uh,
One of my
and
favorite songs.
yeah, it's right. It's that song, as the kids would say, slaps. A real banger. And Wayne, you see your incapacitated kitty friend.
I'm running through the
Saying,
puddles to apply a cure wounds.
okay. As you splash past this guy, you go to cure his
Mhm.
wounds. And how much do you heal him for?
1d8 plus wisdom. That's a 7.
Very good. With 7
Great.
points of healing, we see as you shake water from your face and are revived. And as you sit up with a start, you look over and you see the body, very large body of this individual laid out in the water, very obviously dead. And as you look around, you yeah, you see your buddy. He saved you. There's still a spotlight over these three chests, and yeah, it's a weird sort of sensation. But you have survived. Yeah. This guy was not easy. Um, he gets 3 or 4 attacks per turn. He is a beast. Uh, and he didn't. He has the ability to change shapes, which he did, but it didn't. He wanted to hurt you more than he wanted to wild shape and turn into a bear. Yeah, he was
Ah,
is
that
feeling a
was
little
the bear.
feeling a little more personal.
It was
Uh,
a bear.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. What do you guys do as you? I mean,
Pant.
yeah, I was about to say you guys are pretty wore out. That was a very
So,
involved 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
nothing two magicians can't handle. Nothing two magicians
Right?
can't
Yeah.
handle. Am I right?
Just a couple
Yeah.
of wizards down
Just be
here.
careful of magicians. Laying spells. Still, yeah, I think. I
Do
always
we?
wish golden axe. I've got a knife. I'm not really going to feel very safe while he's still got his head attached. Do we want to cut the head off, stuff it full of garlic, bury it at a crossroads? That feels good.
Cross. I know what you mean. Does it come back at a full moon when we do that? No.
Sometimes they do.
Uh,
Sometimes they come back.
I was worried.
I'd rather he didn't.
I was
They
worried more
mostly
about.
come out at night.
I was worried
Honestly.
more about these crates. If we leave them down here, try to defend it down here, or do we take them up?
Mm,
I mean, I hate it down here because it's.
Is
But then
wet,
again,
is
big,
cold,
bad,
is
dead
damp.
guy.
There's a dead body.
Might be not what I would consider ideal gestation conditions, but maybe there's such a thing as a cold, damp dragon, and this is the ideal hatching environment. Still, the fact that they're in chests does make me think, yeah, nah, someone's nicked these, someone's put them there. Yeah, this isn't a nest. Pretty sure it's not a nest. The more I think about it, it seems really unlikely to be a nest. It's the chests that give it away, really. But the altar, yeah, does this feel like a temple to you? I don't know about you. I'm feeling kind of unusually religious in the past 5 minutes.
yeah.
Architecture looks pretty religious-y, would you say? Is that an altar? Are these sacrifices? Is this guy a god? Shit, did we just kill a god?
I
think
don't think that
you
I
get in
don't think
trouble
that
for
he
that.
was. I don't
You
think
get
that
in
he
trouble
was
if
a
you do
god.
that.
I mean, if he was a god while he was in bear shape, then you turned on the god because
I
he
mean-
definitely got turned on by you.
Maybe he's the son of a god. Because that happens.
Maybe he's the
Gods
son of a
make
witch.
babies. Babies turn into horrible world-destroying monsters. Someone has to put the smack down. That's what all the stories are about.
Not wrong.
Someone, he probably is. He's probably a demigod, and his daddy or his mama is going to be really pissed at us. Oh well, we make enemies.
I think he's more like a distant cousin of the stepson of a god, but
Look, I don't think Heaven's going to get too worked up about that. But yeah, getting those chests upstairs is going to be real tricky.
yeah,
I think for the time being, short term, with either them there, head back up to Bios, see if she's got any patch 'em up 'em, or at very least have a bit of a lie down, cup of tea. And there's a couple of traps built in here originally, but I think we could probably find a place that's less depressing to defend in a pinch. I'm just really, really hoping they don't come and beat the shit out of us tonight.
How heavy are these chests?
What's your lifting capacity?
I was thinking more like, are they less than 10 pounds? Because then I could carry them with me.
The lid on each of these is more than 10 pounds.
Okay, now and mine is probably around 10 pounds. It's probably like 30. I mean, I'm really weak. I have a -2 on strength.
It's not great. Let's see here.
No.
I think it's, what is it? 8 times 30 is your total lifting. All right.
30 times your strength score.
Yeah, so 200 you have a 6.
A 6, yeah.
So 180 pounds is as much as you could lift one of these.
Okay.
It would be you would tire.
Yeah. I mean, you can lift up. You can drag over that, but your speed becomes 5 feet. So
yeah. So we leave them here. We go back. I agree. We go back to Bias.
By the time you guys get to the base of the spiral staircase, you hear, guys, hello,
boss.
Yeah, down here, and
watch out for the third step. Don't step on the third step.
As you say, you see a rope come through, and then you hear as she comes swirling around, and as she comes down, she's got a climbing harness on and a Davy lantern, like lamp on her forehead, and she's got different climbing gear on her belt, and like she's about to do trad climbing. Entirely inappropriate and unnecessary for this, but she comes and she swings around and shines this light at the both of you, and she goes, "Oh, great! You guys secured. You guys look like hell. What happened?
We found the eggs."
I mean, Curtis looks like a dripping stick figure because I mean, with all the fur clinging like to his, he's just all of a sudden he looks like he weighs 20 pounds or
all
so.
the way out. Like a wet Persian.
Yeah, Wayne's there rigging icy cold water out of his beard. That was we found the eggs.
Great. Did they?
That was a guardian.
Did they kick the hell out of you? No, it was the guard. Okay, all right.
There was a guardian.
I wondered how the two of you could get beat up by a bunch of eggs, but leave it to you two. And she shakes her finger at you.
Hey, you should see the other bloke.
What other bloke? She looks around. She does not see him because he's on the other side of the altar. There is actually a guy. She pulls the rope out and she splashes through the water, dragging her climbing gear through it.
You don't rust, do you?
No. I am imbued with magic that prevents me from being in any way corroded or marred.
Remind me again that I was the one who swam through the... No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. In the past, let's move on.
Wait, no, I don't understand. What was the problem? She trundles around and she goes, "Oh shit!" And looks and sees this near 7 foot tall figure splayed in the water. Wow, amazing! You guys didn't die.
I'm close.
You were supposed to call me if there was anything out of the ordinary. Remember that part of the program? It's going to be back up for you.
Figured you were out of earshot.
Yeah, we called for God's help, each other. Yeah, we didn't specifically call for you. That was probably a mistake. He had these really bad magic armor that did some restorative stuff with him.
She's like,
but
I don't see any armor on him.
No, we shattered it, and I wouldn't touch it if I were you. I mean, it all felt odd. It felt like cursed, really evil. I mean, he was more like draining the life from us than really attacking us. Yeah.
You don't happen to have a little buzzsaw on you, do you?
Yeah, she her hand flips backwards, and a little circular saw. What? Why? Do we need to cut into the chests?
I was just gonna, maybe just take his head off, maybe take the heart out. If you've got any garlic we could shove in there, that would be that's really traditional.
Big and then
salt,
squint.
silver nails through the eyeballs. Some people like that.
Walks over and grabs his wrist and lifts it up and drops it. And she goes, "I think you got him."
Yeah, he seems just kind of, howling undead fiend from the plane of shadow and darkness. Just the kind of vibe he had. Yeah, just thinking, better to be safe than sorry. We don't want him waking up again while we're trying to defend from the actual invaders.
Here. She opens up her abdomen and hands you some Boston peanuts. And a couple more bags of the different flavored mint pinwheels, and then she pulls out a sigil of Moradin, and she goes, "Hey, let's just check and see if this works." And she presses it into his face, and it just sizzles and pops. Like she just set down a cast iron skillet on him. She goes, "Oh yeah, that's really doing the number on it." And she just burns right through this thing's skull.
You keep a sigil of Morrigan in with your candy.
Well, I mean, Morrigan is, the god of craftsmanship and robots, and I guess artifice things.
Mm-hmm. One of those things is not like the other ones. It's more the broad point, not your taste in deities. More like candy, butterscotch, mint, sigil of the god of craftsmanship, bane to all undead. Yeah, it's categories. Yeah.
Sure. You guys ever seen where they take like a ball of hot steel and then like drop it into like sponges and all sorts of other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It just like burns and bubbles its way down. You take just bubbling through ice, you see this thing just sort of like bubble straight through this guy's skull, and Bios just picks up his head, and then reaches under into the water, and you see her shake off the ichor from the holy symbol, and she picks it up, and she starts to hum. And it starts to glow like a yellowy gold, and you see little bits of black ash start to flake off of it and rise up and twinkle into little sparkles, kind of think like it's a tungsten, no, titanium. Titanium gets heated and starts to sparkle upwards. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think that was the arcane version of burying him beneath a street crossing, Wayne.
Close enough. Yeah. Anyway, well done. I like that. That's good enough. Close enough for Jazz, I reckon. Yeah, that's.
Great.
I think we've earned a smoko. Then, what do you reckon? You're prepared for climbing there. Reckon we can haul these chests of dragon eggs up that massive great drop?
easy enough. I don't see why not.
You got a winch there,
Do you?
grapples.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty handy. Plus, you guys could probably, help.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Just thinking in terms of defense.
Sure. That's a pretty smart.
They're pretty
all right.
defendable. They're pretty hard for invaders to run off with where they are.
Sure.
But I figure if you can fly the ship into the bottom of that bloody great 100-foot drop we found as we came in,
The 240 by 60-foot ship down the 20 by 30-foot hole.
Oh, not going to fit. Not going to fit. Yeah, just a thought. Just a thought.
I mean, maybe if I destroyed the entire structure and the surrounding cliff face, then I could fly it down.
Yeah, just a thought, just spitballing.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get these guys bundled up. If we're gonna defend them somewhere else, then we should get a move on. And you hear she goes and lashes and gets this hooked up to that on the rope. And just about time she starts to want to winch these things up, she looks up. She reattaches her arm to this rope, and then you hear, and she looks and goes, "That's not right." And then you hear, and there is a shaking to this building, and Bios goes, "Oh." And then you hear a high-pitched screech in the distance. She goes, "I think whoever's coming for the dragon's egg already has a dragon of their own." And that is where I'm going to leave you tonight.
Good session. Great session. That was a lot of fun.
Kudos on not dying, y'all. Bios would have come in and found your bodies later.
And possibly recycled them, knowing Bios.
Composting is the way of the future. Lovely. Unfortunately, though, I must bid you adieu and remind you, as always, to be good. Take care of yourselves. If you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye, guys. Great seeing you. Great.
Thanks for a great session.
See you next week. Bye.